Yes?
Beatrice, do you know where my Bluetooth headphones are?
No, sorry. Starting a class this second. Hello, good evening. In our parasha, we have a very unique mitzvah that not too often we have the ability to fulfill. Towards the end of Acharei Mot, on chapter 17, verse 13, it says, "Ve'ish ish mibnei Yisrael umin hager hagar betocham asher yatzu tzet chaya of asher yachel v'shafach et damo v'chisau be'afar," which means if any one of the Israelites or the comers who dwell among them traps a wild animal or fowl that are permissible for consumption, when he sheds its blood, he must cover it with dust. So it's an interesting mitzvah, simply. And whenever we have the opportunity, like when we do kaparot, we say Asher kitshanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al kisui dam be'afar. We have a special blessing. We thank Hashem for giving us the commandment to cover the blood with dust, dirt. Now, it's interesting that the pasuk says only if it's a wild animal or a bird, but not a domesticated animal, a behema. Ramban Nachmanides explains why this difference, because domesticated animals like ox, sheep, goats are offered in the altar. They're offered as sacrifices for Hashem, and therefore their blood shouldn't be covered. But wild animals or fowl that are not proper for korbanot, for sacrifices, those we should cover their blood. Why? What's the difference? So we have to understand, what does blood represent? Blood represents life, energy, enthusiasm. As is written, Adam wa nefesh. Blood is the soul. So on holy things, on those things that we should be bringing to the altar, to the mizbeach, to sacrifice to Hashem, those, the blood should be left uncovered. We shouldn't. Our energy should be open and expressed. But those things that are not part of our open service to Hashem, those things that we do not use for holiness, those we should cover their blood, meaning their energy. So in other words, when I'm learning, when I'm praying, people should see that I'm happy, I'm enjoying myself. This is my life. When I wrap tefillin in the morning, when I shake lulav, when I light Shabbat candles, my energy should be broadcasted to all over the world. Should see how much I enjoy this. On the other hand, when I do things that are not exactly godly, even though there are things that are necessary, for instance, when I eat, I shouldn't be eating like my whole life, my whole energy. Oh, this food is so delicious, so amazing. On Shabbat, maybe when we're serving God through eating, it's a different story. But in general, when we are dealing with the physical, we're not saying don't do it, but cover the blood with dirt. Your energy, your enthusiasm shouldn't be so open. So how do you manage that, to curb that enthusiasm about the physical, with dirt? Dirt symbolizes shiflut, achnah, humility, as is written, I am dust and ashes. When the Jew is dealing with things like physical, is feeding his own body, he should feel humble. He should be aware that he doesn't want to get carried away with this activity, physical activity that he's doing. But I'm doing it because I need to, and I'm doing it l'shem shamayim, I'm doing it for God. On the other hand, when I'm doing something that is godly, my enthusiasm, my energy, it should be broadcasted in every direction. And this is very important, because living life with enthusiasm is being alive. It's like the difference between watching something black and white or with colors, or listening to music in, with one headphones from an old recorder, or enjoying a live performance of a symphonic orchestra. You are really there, you're enjoying it. You're not just a spectator that is getting a little bit of something that was pre-recorded. So how do you manage to have enthusiasm in godliness, on the right things in life? So first of all, we have to have, when you do, means you have strong positive feelings to what we're doing. You really care about it, you love it. If you're interacting with people, because you love them, you're enthusiastic about what you're doing, you're happy. So the more positive things that we do, activities that we have, that we enjoy, that we're connected with energy, the more we will enjoy life. So how do we manage that? We make it a goal, not just to get things done, but to do it with enthusiasm, with energy, with chayut, as we say in Hebrew, which means, chayut means life, to be alive when you do it. So we have to make that decision, write it down, decide, I'm resolved to be enthusiastic about life, about God, about my studies, about praying, about my relationship with my family. I met someone that he had so much energy, he radiated enthusiasm. And I asked him, tell me, is this natural? Since you were born, you were so enthusiastic and so alive? He says, no, quite the contrary. When I was a child, I was kind of on the depressive side, and my parents thought that I would always be melancholic, and that was my nature. But I realized at one point in my life that if I continue like this, I wouldn't live a joyful life. And I decided to make an effort to do so. What does it mean? You can't be enthusiastic if happy things happen to you, of good things. Who decides what is good or what? If you want to be happy, if you want to be enthusiastic, you have to develop a love for life. How do you do that? By having a strong sense of gratitude. Start your day. Thank you, Hashem, for blessing me with life, returning my soul. Making that effort in the morning, every day, make the resolution. Today, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to be energetic and enthusiastic about things that I do. This is the first step to serve Hashem with energy, with chayut, with life, and maybe we're blessed that when you do things and you're happy about them, you put yourself into it, you will see the results of your efforts. Hashem will bless you with much nachat, with happiness from achieving that goal. When you set yourself to reach a goal, a good goal, God will help you. May it be His blessing on everything that we do, and we'll be successful in doing what the Rebbe says, it's our shlichut, what our generation has to do, our service to Hashem is to bring Mashiach right now. Amen. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Shalom. Every day we learn 9 a.m. and 8.